fourth most in the NBA's all-time scoring list. LeBron needed 40 points to do that. But the long-term goal is still to try to get this team to the playoffs. They ended the night 4 back of that final spot that the Clippers have been holding down for quite some time, although they're half game ahead of the Kings coming tonight, but more on that later. LeBron there spinning, and then LeBron here driving. Great feed there from Rondo. LeBron said he activated a playoff push a while ago, but the Lakers really haven't seen the fruits of it because so many issues have been plaguing this team, including defense, second chance points, and here's a good example. How about that? You miss a three, give up the offensive rebound, and then Harrell takes it right to the rim. Here's LeBron, deep, knocks it down. Now the Lakers with a 1-point lead here in the second right before the half. Now watch this, 31 seconds. LeBron lets the ball roll up, trying to get the 2-for-1 situation right. Smart, veteran play. And picks it up and fires a three. Doesn't get it. Lakers down 4 at the half. Okay, minute to go. Third quarter, Clips up 5. Lou Williams, little floater over LeBron. The very next Clippers possession, Williams again. Another teardrop on the floater. Clippers up 8. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Clippers have dominated this series over the last couple of years. And here's a good example of Harrell dominating at the rim. Lakers down 10. Rondo. Kuzma in the corner. Where's it at? Where's it going to LeBron? Can't get it to go. The frustration you could see in LeBron's body language at certain points of this game. And then knocking down threes. Landry Shamet does that there. Clippers going to get the win. The only question is how many points will LeBron finish with? Here he is, driving. That's his final bucket of the game. He would miss the free throw. He finished with 27 points, still needs 13 more in order for him to pass Michael Jordan for fourth most all-time in the NBA scoring list. They lose at 113-105. All right, so let's take a look at what's really important for this team going forward right here, and that is the chase for the playoffs. The Lakers dropped 3 straight now. They've lost 13 of the last 18 games, and since January 19th, they have one of the worst records in the league, and here's the reason why. Down at the bottom of the league, the Knicks, the Suns, and the Grizzlies, they've lost to these teams down the stretch trying to get ready for the playoffs, but instead, they're looking up. That's not good. They may be looking at a draft pick more than that. Passing Jordan, though, was never one of LeBron's goals, if you let him tell it. Brian Windhorst explains why. That's coming up later on SportsCenter.
Well, I'll tell you what. The Lakers were in 10th, Mike. The Kings were in 9th, so they both need a little help to get to that 8th spot. The Kings got plenty of help because they were taking on the Knicks. So you got to put this one in the win column. Buddy Hield was great, especially early, as you can see. And, Mike, they got a really nice young nucleus. And you got to remember Marvin Bagley III injured at this very moment. Once they put it together, look out. And look out for the youngster Dennis Smith Jr. I know Stephen A. Smith said they should have drafted him right away. Instead, they acquired him via trade. Remember, he was in the dunk contest, so cocking it back 266 degrees. He finished with 18. The Kings do have the longest playoff drought in the NBA. Nobody has waited longer to get back to the postseason. Love De'Aaron Fox. Man, he is something. Knicks are playing on a back-to-back. They lost to the Clippers in Southern California on Sunday. NorCal not treating them much better. I'll tell you what, just a little bit too much here for the Kings. But you got to give the Knicks credit. They continue to hang in. Alonzo Trier had 29 out of nowhere. Under 4 to play. Kings will ice it here. Fox, Willie, Cauley, Stein, and the Kings would end up winning this game 115-108, the final. So in 8th is the Spurs. So we went from 10th Lakers, 9th Kings, 8th San Antonio. Let's pick it up. The Nuggets having stormed back from an early deficit. DeMar DeRozan gets it to drop. It's back to double digits. Under 2 minutes to go. Murray to Barton. The Nuggets are now finally playing with the starting 5 they envisioned at the beginning of the season, so they're still trying to get everything in flux here. They're trying to figure it out. Maybe get that 1 or 2 seed. Murray from downtown, and the Nuggets are down by 1. Mike, they trail by 18 in the 4th. Under 20 ticks to go. Nuggets got it. Murray, high screen, off the mark, out of bounds, called out of bounds on the Spurs. They took a look at it, not enough to overturn it, so it will remain Denver basketball. I guess that could have gone either way. Very, very touchy situation. On the inbounds, 8.4 to go. Barton to Jokic, blocked by Aldridge. Rudy Gay gets it, and he'll go to the line that feels like it should be game, set, and match because he's an 86% free throw shooter. And wouldn't you know it, this is the first. Come on, kid, you're 86%. He missed them both. Nuggets call timeouts. 3 seconds to go. They've got life. Off a loss to the Pelicans, Gary Harris. No, but not a bad look considering the circumstances. Spurs survive by 1. As you take a look at the West, we mentioned the Clippers getting a little measure of to return.
All right, and back to the Lakers we go. Stephen A. Smith joining us now from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. All right, Steve, so much going into this game as it relates to LeBron and also the Lakers themselves trying to make the playoffs. From where you stand, your perspective, what's your biggest takeaway from what you saw in this game tonight?
Well, that it's over. The Lakers season is over. It's official tonight. I mean, in my eyes, they lost this game to the Los Angeles Clippers. They needed to win this game. They're now 4 games under 500. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They can't shoot. They turn over the ball too much. Can't hit free throws. Don't have anybody to close. And that's simply a recipe for disaster. And it's all existing on the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, LeBron James had his numbers tonight, but shot about 66% from the free throw line. That's been an Achilles heel for him this season. That was clearly the case tonight. They were rolling early, and then JaVale McGee ran into Montrezl Harrell, who came into the game off the bench and completely abused them. So much so that you had LeBron James and Rondo and those guys just rolling their eyes at him because he looked that pathetic defensively before ultimately being relegated to the bench by Coach Luke Walton. He tried to throw a bunch of guys at Harrell and the boys. It wasn't going to matter. The Clippers just seemed too big, too physical at times. They clamped it down on the Lakers a little bit when it counted most. And again, the Lakers didn't have anybody to close. Keep in mind, they're a bottom 3 team in the league in three-point shooting. They're dead last in free throw shooting. So you can't hit free throws. You can't hit three-point shots because you shot 26% tonight from the three-point range. And then, oh, by the way, you can't defend. How you going to win games?
You know, Stephen, the Laker fans are a prideful fan base, but they're also extremely optimistic, and they think their team is always in it until the very, very end. What sense did you get inside Staples Center? Yeah, go ahead.
Let me stop you right there. The optimism is gone. Sitting in here in this arena, listen to the fans screaming at LeBron, listen to the fans screaming at the Lakers. There is no optimism. Any optimism that existed, it went right out the window. It's on the 405 or the 110 now. I'm trying to tell you right now. It ain't in this building. So any optimism that you're talking about that exists with the Los Angeles Lakers, you must be getting it from Bristol, Connecticut or someplace else.
Steve,
it
hold
damn
on.
sure ain't
Steve,
in L.A.
Are you saying that Laker fans were heckling LeBron James in Staples Center?
I'm saying that after the Lakers lost the game and he and others was walking off the court, they were screaming at him. They were screaming at the Lakers. They're not happy with what they saw, and I don't blame them. It wasn't his fault necessarily. He got his numbers, but in the end, they don't have the horses. They don't have guys that can make shots. They don't have the appropriate level of size. They're not rebounding. The Lakers fans have been forced to look at this roster and come to the uncomfortable conclusion that they're simply not good enough. They were rolling until he got hurt. LeBron got hurt on Christmas Day. They were the number 4 seed in the Western Conference. He goes down for 18 games. We know what happens. He's been back ever since. We see what has happened. They have lost faith in this team. They're 4 games under 500. They're 5.5 games out of a playoff spot. The Clippers, devoid of any stars whatsoever. Tell me one star on the Clippers. They're non-existent, but they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're probably going to go to the playoffs. So the Clippers, led by Doc Rivers, devoid of stars, no CP3, no Blake Griffin, no DeAndre Jordan. They're going to the playoffs, but LeBron James in the purple and gold for the Lakers brand is going home unless a miracle happens. And I'm not one that's really inclined to believe in miracles.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
It's one thing for the Lakers to miss the playoffs last 5 seasons, but for their fans to start heckling their own players and someone like LeBron James, that says a lot. That speaks to the optimism being devoid there in that arena. Stephen A. Smith, appreciate the perspective, man.
It's official tonight. So you can't hit free throws. You can't hit three-point shots. And then, oh, by the way, you can't defend. How you going to win games? The optimism is gone. The Lakers fans have been forced to look at this roster and come to the uncomfortable conclusion that they're simply not good enough. Any optimism that existed, it went right out the window. It's on the 405 or the 110 now. I'm trying to tell you right now, it ain't in this building. So any optimism that you're talking about, you must be getting it from someplace else. It damn sure ain't in LA.
That right there is the reality for the Laker fans, whether they want to believe it or not. But according to Stephen A. Smith, that belief is setting in already there in Staples Center. The Lakers lose yet again, this time against the Clippers at home, 3 straight losses. LeBron James had a chance to pass Michael Jordan for 4th most points ever scored in the NBA, but he finished with 27. And then here, you know, even trying to do something right, get a 2-for-1 situation. The Clippers didn't even challenge. He gets the ball, and all he has to do is pick it up. Wide open 3, can't get it to go. That's sort of been the Lakers season. They just can't get it over the hump they're riding right now. Go to the 4th quarter. Less than 5 to play. Lakers down 10. LeBron misses a layup. But it wasn't just LeBron in this game. Lakers had a lot of open shots they didn't make. They gave up a lot of open looks to the Clippers that they did make, including that 3 from Landry Shamet. LeBron finished with 27. Clippers win it 113-105.
They just had more energy at the end. I mean, for us, we basically played 6 guys. I mean, we played 8, but those were limited minutes for 2 other guys. B.I. with B.I. being out, obviously the injuries is taking a toll on us. I thought defensively we were pretty dang on good under the circumstances, but offensively we just couldn't make a shot. Haven't been a part of the season with this ton of injuries to all our key guys, to big key guys, and it's just the way the season has been. And I mean, we've had guys step up. Josh stepped up in his absence tonight. It was great to see Josh play well again. But for us, we kind of prided ourselves on our depth to start the season, how we can be very good, with our first unit and our second unit, and obviously our depth has dwindled over the course of weeks because of our injuries. I mean, listen, you keep playing to the end and see what happens, at the end of the day. So, I've been talking about it for a while now. Everyone's been talking about the postseason. We need to worry about each and every game and how we can continue to get better with our process and get better with our team. So, obviously, at the end of the year, the chips will fall where they may, and you'll see where you're at. I wear the number because of Mike. I fell in love with the game because of Mike. When you're growing up and you're seeing Michael Jordan, it's almost like a god. So I didn't never believe I could be Mike. I never thought that you could get to a point where Mike was. So I think that helped shape my game. I think the biggest thing for me is that I did it just being me.
Michael Jordan scored the final of his 32,292 points wearing a Wizards uniform, though almost nobody will ultimately remember him for that 2-year stint in the nation's capital. LeBron James, with his 27 points on Monday, is now 13 from passing Jordan on the career scoring list. Though looking at the very early returns, his Lakers tenure might be trending in the same footnote territory that Jordan was at the end. Basketball might be filled with analytics these days, but as our Brian Windhorst opines, when it comes to this duo, the simplicity of a single stat, points, has come to define the point of the LeBron and Michael comparison.
There is the man of the hour in probably the most anticipated debut of any first-year athlete in any sport.
Just over 3 minutes into his first game as an 18-year-old rookie, LeBron James came around a screen and made his first career shot, this sweet baseline jumper.
LeBron James' first shot is good.
He was a young man of potential then, wearing Michael Jordan's number and the same shoe brand. It's just 32,290 points and a generation away from his hero. We all knew his hopes and dreams, and we were fascinated to watch him reach.
LeBron James captures that elusive title. It's back-to-back titles for the Heat. That's what it's all about right here.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Now number 23 is about to pass number 23 on one of the game's most iconic lists. He is no longer a young man, no longer about potential. He's a fully formed megastar and has the stats to prove it. LeBron never wanted to be known as a scorer. His passion is for chasing Jordan the winner, not Jordan the scorer.
I don't have to score to make an impact in a basketball game. And it's carried me all the way to this point now, and it's going to carry me for the rest of my career because scoring is not number one on my agenda.
It's been about championships first and MVPs second. LeBron's probably not getting there. He's 3 championships and 1 MVP short. He never considered going for Jordan's 10 scoring titles. LeBron has just 1. They were both built by the basketball gods to score. Jordan did it with creativity, grace, and relentless work to develop new skill.
LeBron James with no regard for human life.
LeBron has done it with brute force, ambidexterity, and relentless training to stay healthy. For LeBron, reaching this milestone is symbolic. Moving past Jordan in anything has meaning. It's a celebration of sustained success, but it's a celebration nonetheless.
When you're growing up and you're seeing Michael Jordan, it's almost like a god. So I didn't never believe I could be Mike. I did it just being me.
Jordan might recommend a Cuban cigar for the occasion. LeBron might prefer some French wine. Both different, both great.
And both hungry for success in different ways. More on where you can see LeBron next in seconds. It'll be on NBA Wednesday. But first, maybe Jimmy will have Joel back. He'll be in Chicago. And then LeBron will get another crack. 13 to pass Mike. Should be able to get that done against Jokic and the Nuggets. NBA Wednesday on ESPN. This is a little surprising. Bucks and Suns. Bucks haven't lost back-to-back games all season. They lost to Utah the other night, so this would be a season first if somehow the Suns were to set, perhaps, on the Bucks on this evening. DeAndre Ayton has been playing really good ball lately. Believe it or not, the Suns won the first matchup, Mike, in November in Milwaukee. So this would be a season sweep for the Suns over the Bucks if they could get it done. Maybe that win over LeBron on Saturday got them inspired. It's been obviously a miserable season for Phoenix. But as long as they got that guy, Devin Booker, to build around, they're going to have something. How about this? Here we go in the fourth, late. Giannis to tie it. Next possession, Kelly Oubre Jr. Where he at? Corner 3. Phoenix up 3. Entering the game with 13 wins. Under 2 minutes to go, Giannis at the line. No. Brogdon